As Harriet Tubman once said, every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, patience, and passion to reach for the stars and change the world. Respected Principal Reverend Father Thomas Chinnatuseri CMI, Academic Coordinator Thomas Mani Sir, teachers, non-teaching staff, parents, and my fellow CNIs, I extend a warm welcome to all. My name is Mariam Aisha.
And I'm Ria, and we, the students of grade 11, will be presenting today's assembly. Let's start our assembly with a prayer by Nivedita.
Fold your hands and close your eyes. Let's pray. O loving and merciful God, inspire us to choose good and to avoid evil. Allow us the sensitivity to see the needs of our neighbors and the strength to respond gently. Give us the courage to follow the truth and the grace to know you. O God, all knowledge is in you. Bless our studies, enlighten our minds, strengthen our memory, and direct our will towards what is right. O God, bless all the CNIs and our great CNIs. Amen.
It is an injustice to proceed to our first virtual assembly without calling upon our wings of light, a pillar of strength, and a constant source of motivation. I now invite Father Paul Mangad, CMI, manager of Christnagar Schools, for a few words.
Good morning. Reverend Father Thomas Chinnatuseri, Principal, dear teachers, and my dear students. Dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It is something that does not allow you to sleep. A beautiful quote by Abdul Kalam. Dear students, I am Father Paul Mangad, the new manager of the Christnagar group of institutions. This pandemic has changed the world situation considerably, and all of us are now glued to our phones and computers. Education is executed in the digital platform nowadays. It is really a challenge for the teachers as well as the students. Let it be interesting and unusual for you, and let it bring new knowledge and discoveries as well as new challenges. Extending my warmest wishes for a wonderful day and year. Thank you.
In this day and age, it is necessary to keep up with the times and stay up to date with what is happening around the world. Now, for the news headlines, we have CNI Bashar, CNI Lisa, CNI Sania, and CNI Khalid with the international, national, state, and sports news.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening. The fresh news from all around the globe is here with us today, starting with climate change. Extreme weather has been ravaging communities across the world. Parts of the West Coast have been ablaze since August with a record of 3.7 million acres burned through California. A giant clock began counting down in New York City's Union Square called the Climate Clock. It shows how long humans have before sending temperatures rising past the critical 1.5 degrees Celsius threshold. The US elections are getting heated with a debate between Biden and Trump. On Friday, 23 September, tens of hundreds of people took to the streets across Egypt calling for the removal of Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. This pride is predicted to fly wild on the 6th of October, and nearly 900,000 Americans are filing new jobless claims each week.
National news: farmers' protest continues after the passing of the two new agricultural bills on September 20th. PM Narendra Modi pitches for a larger role in the UN after assuring that India's COVID-19 vaccine is for the world. Advani and 31 others have been acquitted in the Babri Masjid demolition case, as the court says it wasn't planned. Amnesty International shuts down operations in India after blaming government reprisal. Legendary singer S. Balasubramaniam passed away in a Chennai hospital last Saturday. ICMR survey shows that 60 million Indians may have been exposed to the COVID-19 virus till date.
Good morning, this is Sanya Dennis with the state news. Kerala records 7,834 new COVID cases and 4,476 recoveries on Saturday. Total count reached 221,333 cases, with the highest single-day recoveries of 4,479 COVID-19 patients in the last 24 hours. The CM had made a statement earlier this week that the COVID-19 restrictions would be implemented in a strict and efficient manner. More than 20 people should not be allowed to take part in a gathering or event, and there should be increased fines for not wearing a mask.
Sports news. Tennis player Novak Djokovic beats Ricardas Beranges to reach the third round in the French Open 2020. Delhi Capitals are currently leading in the Dream 11 IPL. UEFA Champions League draw has finally been announced, and football fans will finally get the chance again to watch Messi versus Ronaldo as FC Barcelona and Juventus emerge in the same group. School news. The Cambridge International Examinations have been started in the 1st of October. That's all from my side. Thank you.
As we all know, 2nd of October is Gandhi Jayanti, which marks the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation. To pay tribute to him, we have made a video.
Be the change you wish to see in the world. These famous words by the father of our nation continue to inspire us decades after his time. Born on the 2nd of October 1869, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi had humble beginnings. He hailed from Porbandar, a princely state in modern-day Gujarat, where his father served as a government official. His early childhood was unremarkable, but notable incidents arose later on in his life. At the age of 18, Gandhi set sail for London, where he studied law and eventually qualified as a lawyer. As part of a case, Gandhi set off to South Africa, where he spent the next 21 years as a civil rights activist. Constant discrimination against his fellow Indians inspired Gandhi to be a man of the people and take action. His valiant efforts resulted in the formation of the Natal Indian Congress in 1894. Back in India in 1915, Gandhi founded an ashram or spiritual monastery open to people of all castes. In the year of 1919, in the city of Amritsar, British Indian Army soldiers were ordered to open fire on a crowd of around 20,000 protesters that had begun to grow restless. Around 400 people were killed, with more than 1,000 injured. This incident came to be known as the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. From that point on, Gandhi's goal was clear: to free India from the clutches of the British. He soon became a leading figure in the Indian independence movement. In an era where conflict ravaged the lands and violence was abundant, Gandhi's methods were considered unorthodox. He preached a strategy of satyagraha, or non-violent protest, and called for the mass boycott of British goods and services. Perhaps the most noteworthy part of his campaign was the 390-kilometer salt march to the shores of the Arabian Sea, where he collected salt in symbolic and open defiance of the government monopoly. His actions and ideologies inspired his countrymen to join him on the path to freedom. Gandhi was a strong believer in the power of love, tolerance, truth, and peace. He proved that one man could make a difference, and he encouraged his people to make their voices heard. He stood for equality and justice, and he showed the world that it was possible to win a battle without having to resort to violence. He ushered the people into a new era, one of independence and peace. His teachings are said to have inspired other leading figures and revolutionaries such as Martin Luther King Jr. and Dalai Lama. Gandhi lives on among us. His beliefs and teachings are preached to people all across the world. His bespectacled face adorns our currency. Statues, streets, and institutions have been built to honor his legacy. As a way of honoring his beliefs, his birth anniversary is celebrated as the International Day of Nonviolence. The 2nd of October 2020 marks the 151st birth anniversary of our beloved Mahatma. Let us commemorate him by keeping his principles near and dear to our hearts and expressing empathy and compassion for all our fellow beings.
wouldn't have been possible without Sarah for the drawing, Rohan for the voiceover, and Viber for editing it for us. World Mental Health Day is celebrated on 10th of October. To raise awareness, our counselor, Mrs. Margaret, is going to give us a speech.
Good morning, CNIS. For the better part of this year, we have been living through a period of extreme uncertainty and adversity with no end line in sight. It has been during times like these that I keep going back to the question, how can I maximize my potential as a human being? What is this pandemic trying to teach all of us? I usually find that the answer to this question begins with kindness. Now more than ever, we should learn how to be kind to ourselves by taking time off every once in a while to recoup our mind. Nothing, absolutely nothing, should be prioritized above our mental health. But don't let the kindness stop there. We have been granted a beautiful reminder that we are stronger when we are together. So have a dedicated routine for connecting with your friends over weekly calls. And do not forget your classmates who have recently joined our CNIS family. I'm sure it's extremely difficult to be a new student in a class without actually having a physical classroom to connect with your peers. This is also a time when we need to be thankful for all that we still have. I truly believe that an attitude of gratitude can cultivate a sense of hope for the future. What am I grateful for today? Was there something in the past week that made me smile, feel at peace? Beginning and ending my day by listing all the things that I am truly thankful for can provide my mind with the armor that it needs to battle these uncertain times. I can only imagine how difficult this past few months must have been for all of you. But this pandemic provides us with an opportunity to be kind, caring, grateful, and compassionate people, both to ourselves and to the people around us. I have complete faith in you, my dear children, that you will utilize this opportunity to the fullest. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret ma'am. Now we have Joe giving us more insight on mental health.
Respected Principal Father, teachers, parents, and all my dear friends, I would like to ask you all a simple question. Are you feeling down? Are you feeling depressed? If yes, you are one in many people who face these problems every year. Taking care of our mental health is just as important as having a healthy body. A report by the WHO reveals that 7.5% of the Indian population suffers from some form of mental disorder. It also disrupts their lives and emotions. Mental health issues can affect at any age, but certain situations can place some people at a higher risk. In these troubled times, many children and youth do not get help soon enough. Mental health disorders can prevent children and youth from succeeding in school, from making friends, or becoming independent from their parents. Children and youth with mental health disorders may have trouble reaching their developmental milestones. But the good news is that mental health disorders are treatable. There are many different approaches to helping children and youth struggling with emotional or mental health problems. Getting help early is important. It can prevent problems from becoming more serious and can lessen the effect they have on your child's development. I conclude my speech by saying, let us stay together, work together, and build a new society of a mentally healthy generation.
We have quite a troupe of talented musicians, and now it's their time to shine. Now it's time for the melodious band of grade 11 to show us what they can do.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain. When I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. Now my heart feels like December when somebody said your name. 'Cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. Memories bring back you. There's a time that I remember when I never felt so lost. When I felt all of the hatred was too powerful to stop. Now my heart feels like an ember and it's lighting up the dark. I'll carry these torches for you, that you know I'll never drop. Yeah, everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost in the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you.
One of the major consequences of the transition to online learning is its impact on student health, specifically sleep habits, anxiety, and depression from the lack of in-person classroom relationships. The lack of socialization have made online classes more stressful and mental health harder to take care of. Be sure to turn off your electronics and do something relaxing the hour before bed. We shall now conclude the assembly with a few messages to help us try to stay positive during these trying times.
Hello everyone. This is a short message from the students of grade 11.
We understand these are tough times for everyone and that we're all having to deal with adversity and problems of our own.
We have all been doing our parts to stay safe by staying indoors, and we hope you have been doing the same too.
This pandemic took us all by surprise, and even after many months, it is still raging on.
We all wish things could go back to the way they were, when we could go to school, meet up with our friends, and have fun.
But for now, the best thing we can do is to look after ourselves and not lose hope.
To all the students watching this, we understand there may be quite a few of you who are overwhelmed by online classes and all the responsibility.
It's okay to be overwhelmed. It's okay to feel negative.
What's important is that you aren't afraid to ask for help.
Talk to your friends, your family, or your teachers. They would be happy to listen to you.
Work is important, as well as your studies. but nothing matters more than your well-being.
We all encourage you to stay safe, stay healthy, and look after your loved ones.
There may be times when it all seems pointless or it feels like there's no hope. But just remember,
It could always get worse.
But it will always get better.